The night air was cold enough to bite. Grandma stood on the sidewalk with one small bag hanging from her hand. The bag was not even heavy, but her arm felt heavy anyway. Her whole body did. Her knees shook like they could not decide if they wanted to hold her up or drop her to the ground. Behind her, the front door was closed. Not gently, not slowly. It was slammed so hard that the glass in the window beside it gave a tiny rattle. Grandma stared at the door like it might open again if she stared long enough. She could still hear her daughter's voice in her head, sharp and loud like a bell that would not stop ringing. "You won't see a cent of my money." Then the lock clicked. That click was worse than the shouting. The click meant it was final. Grandma's fingers tightened around the bag handle until her knuckles looked pale. She tried to breathe in, but her chest felt tight, like someone tied a rope around it. She was not angry yet. First came shock, because a mother always thinks there will be a limit, a line a child will not cross. But Lena crossed it. Lena, her only daughter. Lena, the same girl Grandma once carried on her back when Lena was too tired to walk home from school. Lena, the same girl who used to beg for bedtime stories and fall asleep holding Grandma's finger like it was the safest thing in the world. Now that same Lena had pushed her out like she was trash, and the reason was money. Not even money in their hands yet, just the promise of money, just the idea of it. Grandma swallowed hard, her throat burned. She looked down at the small bag. Inside were her scarf, her old purse, what? Honey. So, a sweater, and a tiny plastic container with leftover rice from dinner. She had been eating dinner. Dinner. Then Lena screamed, laughed, cried, and screamed again. She spun around the room like she could fly. She held her phone up, showing numbers on a bright screen. Then her eyes changed. The joy on her face hardened into something else, something sharp, something that didn't look like her, and she started speaking like Grandma was not a person, like Grandma was a chair in the corner. "You're always here," Lena said, "always watching, always asking questions." Grandma had tried to calm her down. "Lena, breathe," Grandma had said softly. "Let's sit. Let's talk. We can—" But Lena cut her off like a knife. "No, don't tell me what to do. This is my life now. My money." Then she said the words that hurt most. "You're not coming with me." Grandma had blinked, confused. "With you? Where?" Lena's lips curled. "Anywhere better than this." Then came the bag thrown on the floor. Grandma's sweater falling out, the scarf landing like a tired bird, and then Lena pointed at the door. "Go." Grandma had stayed still, hoping it was just a burst of madness, hoping Lena would regret it in the next breath. But Lena didn't regret it. Lena walked to the door, pulled it open, and stood there with her hand on the knob, staring like a guard. Grandma stepped outside, still thinking, "She'll call me back. She'll say sorry." But Lena shouted again, loud enough for neighbors to hear, "You won't see a cent of my money." Then the slam, and now Grandma was out here, on the street with the wind and the dark and a silence that felt like it was laughing at her. A car passed. Headlights swept over Grandma's face. For a second, her eyes shone with tears. Then the car was gone. 2 houses away, a curtain moved. Someone was peeking. Someone saw her. But no one came out. Grandma did not blame them. People are scared of trouble. People don't like being pulled into family fights. Still, the loneliness stung. Grandma took one slow step away from the door. Then another. Her shoes were thin. The ground felt cold through them. She walked without direction at first, because where does a grandmother go when her own child throws her out at night? The streetlights made pale circles on the road. Between the circles, the shadows looked deep and thick. Grandma kept her chin up. She refused to cry loudly. She refused to bend over like a broken woman, not because she was not hurt. She was hurt deeply, but because she did not want the street to see her fall. She reached a small corner shop that was closed. The metal gate was pulled down and a sign said, "Closed" in faded letters. There was a low step in front of it. Grandma sat down slowly, careful with her knees. The cold step stole warmth from her body right away. She pulled her scarf from her bag and wrapped it around her neck. Her fingers were stiff, but she managed. Then she just sat there, listening. A dog barked far away. Somewhere a radio played softly. The world kept moving like nothing had happened. Grandma's eyes stared ahead, but her mind was racing. Not with anger, with questions. How did Lena change so fast? Was the money really that big, and why did Lena look so sure that it was only hers? Grandma's hand drifted to her purse. Not because she wanted money, but because something inside her purse mattered more than cash. Her fingers touched a folded paper, just a corner of it. Grandma's breathing slowed. She pressed her palm against her purse like she was protecting her heart. A soft voice broke the silence. "Grandma, are you okay?" Grandma looked up. A girl stood a few steps away, holding a small bottle of water. The girl looked about 15 or 16. She had short braids and a worried face. She wore slippers like she had rushed out quickly. Grandma blinked. "I'm fine." The girl did not believe her. No one would. The girl stepped closer, careful, like Grandma might disappear if she moved too fast. "My name is Tommy," she said. "I saw you from my aunt's window. You've been sitting here. It's cold." Grandma tried to smile. It came out weak. Tommy held out the water. "Please take it." Grandma hesitated. Pride rose up inside her, trying to stand tall even when her body was tired. But then her throat tightened again, and she realized pride could not warm her hands or calm her shaking. She took the bottle. "Thank you." Tommy sat on the step, not too close, but close enough to feel like company. "Did something happen?" Tommy asked gently. Grandma stared at the closed-shut shop gate, her eyes shiny. "My daughter," Grandma said, and the words tasted bitter. "She told me to leave." Tommy's mouth fell open. "Your own daughter?" Grandma nodded once. Slowly, Tommy's voice rose in anger. "That's not right, that's not—" Grandma lifted a hand. "It happened." Tommy's anger softened into sadness. She looked at Grandma's small bag. Then she looked back at Grandma's face. "Where will you go?" Tommy asked. Grandma did not answer right away because she knew something Tommy didn't. Something Lena didn't even know. Grandma's fingers tightened around her purse again. Tommy followed the movement with her eyes. "Is something important in there?" she asked. Grandma's lips parted, but she stopped herself. "Not yet. Not here. not with anyone listening. She took a small sip of water and forced her voice to stay calm. "I'll be all right," Grandma said. Tommy leaned in a little. "But you're shaking." Grandma looked down at her hands. They were shaking. She could not hide it. Then she whispered, so low that even the night had to bend to hear it. "She thinks the ticket is only hers." Tommy frowned. "Ticket?" Grandma's eyes lifted to the dark street. The street looked the same, but her world had changed. "She said I won't see a cent," Grandma continued softly, "but she doesn't know everything." Tommy stared at her. What doesn't she know? Grandma did not answer with words. Instead, she opened her purse just a little, not enough for Tommy to fully see, just enough for Grandma to touch that folded paper again with 2 fingers. Then Grandma closed the purse like a secret. Her face was calm now. Not happy, not proud, just calm in a way that felt strange after such pain. Tommy whispered, "Grandma, why do you look like you're not scared?" Grandma looked at the closed door of the world she had just been pushed out of. Then she said very quietly, "Because my name is on it too." And in the darkness, with cold air pressing against her skin, Grandma let a small smile touch her lips, like someone who had been hurt, but had not been defeated. 3 days earlier, the house still smelled like onions and soap. Grandma liked the smell. It meant the home was working. It meant food was cooking and clothes were clean. It meant life was normal, even if it wasn't perfect. She stood at the sink, washing plates slowly. The water was warm on her hands. Outside, the afternoon sun was bright, but inside the living room, Lena's voice was dark. "I'm tired of this life," Lena said, pacing back and forth. "Tired of counting every coin." Grandma kept washing. She did not answer quickly. With Lena, fast answers could start fights. Lena grabbed her phone and tapped hard on the screen. They sent another message, another bill, another warning. Or like I'm a criminal. Grandma dried a plate and placed it carefully on the rack. "We will find a way," she said. Lena stopped pacing and turned to her. "You always say that, but nothing changes." Grandma turned off the tap. The silence was thick for a moment. Grandma was used to Lena's mood swings. When Lena was younger, she used to cry when she didn't get sweets. Now she cried when she didn't get comfort. And lately, she didn't even cry. She snapped. Grandma wiped her hands on a small towel. "Sit," she said softly. "Your heart is racing." Lena rolled her eyes. "My heart is racing because we're stuck." Grandma walked to the small shelf in the corner. She bent down and pulled out a tin with faded flowers on it. It was not a secret tin. Lena knew about it. It was Grandma's just-in-case money. A money saved from tiny things. A little change here, a little change there. Grandma opened it. Coins clinked. A few small notes were folded inside. Lena watched, eyes sharp. Grandma counted slowly. She could feel Lena's impatience like heat on her skin. Then Grandma held out the money. "Take this," she said. "Buy groceries. We will cook something nice tonight." Lena snatched it. "This," she snapped. "This is what you call help?" Grandma's face stayed calm, but her eyes dropped for a second. "It is what I have," Grandma said quietly. Lena let out a bitter laugh. Of course you have nothing, just like always." Grandma didn't argue. Arguing with Lena was like throwing water at fire. Sometimes it only made it louder. Lena shoved her feet into sandals. "I'm going," she said. Don't start preaching." The door opened. The outside air rushed in. Grandma followed her out, not to fight, but to make sure Lena really bought food and didn't waste money on anger. The street was busy. Children ran past with school bags. A man pushed a wheelbarrow. A woman carried a baby on her back. Everyone looked like they were moving forward, while Grandma felt like she was standing still. Lena walked fast, shoulders stiff. They reached the small row of shops near the main road. There was a kiosk that sold snacks, phone cards, and lottery tickets. A bright poster on the kiosk showed smiling people holding big checks. Lena stopped. Grandma stopped too. Lena's eyes locked on the poster like it was a doorway to a different world. Grandma knew that look. The look that said, "If I just get one big thing, everything will be fixed." Lena pointed at the kiosk. "Let's try so," she said. Grandma blinked. "Try what?" "The lottery," Lena replied like it was the simplest idea ever. "People win. Why not me?" Grandma's heart sank a little, not because she hated the lottery, but because she knew how hope could turn into a knife when it didn't come true. Still, she also knew Lena needed something. A spark. A reason to breathe again. Grandma stepped closer to the kiosk window. A young man inside looked up. He had kind eyes and a calm face. His name tag read Noah. "Good afternoon," Noah said. Lena leaned on the counter. "I want a ticket," she said quickly. "The one with the big draw." Noah nodded and pulled out a form and a pen. "You can pick numbers," he explained. "Or choose quick pick." Lena grabbed the pen. "I'll pick." She scribbled numbers fast, not thinking, just wanting it done. Grandma watched the numbers. Some were birthdays. Some looked random. Grandma could tell Lena was not being careful. Lena was acting like the ticket was just a key that would automatically open a door. When Lena finished writing, she pushed the paper toward Noah. Grandma gently placed her hand on the paper. Before Noah could take it, Lena's eyes narrowed. "What now?" Grandma's voice was soft but firm. "Write your name." Lena frowned. "Why?" "So no one can say it is not yours later," Grandma said. Lena sighed loudly like Grandma was wasting time. "Fine." Lena wrote her name quick, messy, like she didn't care. Grandma then said, "And I will write mine too." Lena jerked her head up. What? Why?" Grandma kept her eyes on the paper. "Because we are doing this together." Lena laughed, but it wasn't a happy laugh. "Together? You didn't even pay for it." Grandma pointed to the money in Lena's hand. "That money came from my tin." Lena's cheeks tightened. "So, you want a prize for giving me crumbs?" Grandma did not flinch. "It is not about a prize," she said. "It is about truth." Noah stood quietly watching. He did not speak, but his eyes moved between them like he was reading a story. Lena snapped, "No, Grandma, don't start. This is my ticket." Grandma leaned a little closer, still calm. "You are my daughter. I want you to win, but I will not be pushed aside if you do." Lena's face twisted with annoyance. "You're always thinking people will cheat you." Grandma's voice dropped even lower. "I'm thinking people can change when money comes." Lena opened her mouth to argue, but Noah cleared his throat gently. "Mom," Noah said to Lena, respectful. It's normal to sign. It protects the ticket." Lena glanced at him, surprised he spoke. Then she rolled her eyes hard. "Fine," Lena snapped. She shoved the pen toward Grandma. Write it, if it makes you happy. Grandma took the pen carefully like it was something important, and it was. She wrote her name slowly, clearly, with neat letters. Her full name, not a nickname, not a short version. Her real name, the name on her papers, the name that could not be argued away. Noah's eyes followed the pen. He nodded once, like he understood why Grandma was careful. Then Noah tore off the ticket stub and handed the ticket to Lena. Lena snatched it and stuffed it into her purse like it was already gold. Grandma watched that movement, and something small and uneasy stirred in her belly. Lena's hands were too tight around the purse. Too possessive, too fast. As they walked away, Grandma said, "Keep it safe." Lena scoffed. "Of course, like I'm stupid." Grandma did not reply. She just watched Lena's back. Back at home that evening, Grandma cooked rice and stew. The smell filled the house again, warm and comforting. Lena sat on the couch, scrolling on her phone, laughing at videos. For a while, she acted normal. Then she suddenly said, "When I win, I'm leaving this place." Grandma's stirring spoon paused. "Leaving? Where?" Lena shrugged. "Somewhere better. Somewhere people respect me." Grandma kept stirring. "Respect is not bought," she said softly. Lena turned and stared at her. "You always say things like that." Grandma's voice stayed calm. "Because it is true." Lena smirked. "Well, when I win, you can stay here and talk to yourself." Grandma felt the words hit her like a slap, but she did not show it. She served food onto plates and placed one in front of Lena. Lena ate with quick bites, eyes shining with a strange kind of hunger. Not hunger for food, hunger for power. That night, Grandma lay in bed and listened to Lena's footsteps moving around the house. Lena kept checking her purse like she didn't trust the walls. Grandma stared at the ceiling, wide awake. A question rose in her mind, heavy and clear. What if Lena wins and forgets who helped her stand? Grandma turned on her side and closed her eyes, but sleep did not come easily. Because somewhere deep inside her she could already feel it. Money was coming like a storm, and storms reveal what a house is really made of. The next day felt normal at first. Grandma swept the floor, shook out the small rug and opened the windows to let fresh air in. She tried to keep her mind on simple things, dust, dishes, folded clothes, because simple things were easier than worry. Lena stayed in her room longer than usual. Grandma could hear her moving around, opening and closing drawers, tapping her phone, sighing loudly. When Lena finally came out, her eyes looked tired but excited at the same time, like she had a secret that was buzzing under her skin. "I'm going out," Lena said. "Where?" Grandma asked, not to control her, just to understand. Lena paused at the doorway and turned, a small smile on her face. "To check something." Grandma watched her leave. That something didn't sound like groceries. It sounded like hope. And hope was good, but hope could also make people act strange. The hours passed slowly. By evening, the sky turned orange, then purple. Grandma cooked a simple meal. She kept listening for the sound of Lena's steps. Finally, the front door flew open so hard it bounced against the wall. Lena rushed inside like a gust of wind. Her hair was messy, her cheeks were wet. "Lena," Grandma said, startled. What happened?" Lena didn't answer. She ran into the living room, holding her phone with both hands like it was a treasure. She stared at the screen, then screamed. A real scream, The kind that makes the body jump. Then Lena laughed. Then she cried again. Grandma froze, spoon in hand. Lena, please, talk to me. Lena spun around, eyes wide and shining. It's me, she shouted. It's really me. She shoved the phone toward Grandma's face. Numbers filled the screen, lines of text. A big, bold word that made Lena shake with excitement. Grandma's heart began to race. Is that the results? Grandma asked. Lena nodded hard. Yes, look, the numbers, they match. Grandma leaned closer, squinting. Her eyes were not as sharp as they used to be, but she could still see enough. The numbers on the screen matched the numbers Lena had scribbled on that ticket. Grandma felt her knees soften. For 1 second, she forgot all the stress, all the sharp words, all the heavy days. She reached out and touched Lena's arm. Oh, my child, Grandma whispered. You did it. Lena threw her head back and screamed again, louder. I did it! She jumped up and down, hugging herself, spinning in circles like a child on a playground. Grandma's eyes filled with tears. Not jealous tears, relief tears. Because maybe this would finally help Lena breathe. Maybe Lena would stop looking at the world like it owed her pain. Maybe they could fix the roof, pay the bills, eat without fear. Lena grabbed her purse and pulled out the ticket like it was gold paper. She kissed it. She pressed it to her chest. Then she held it up like a flag. This is my new life, Lena said, smiling so wide it looked like her face might split. Grandma smiled back gently. We will thank God, she said. And we will be wise. Lena's smile flickered. Wise? Lena repeated like the word tasted bad. Grandma nodded. Yes, we must not shout it to everyone. People hear money and they change. Lena rolled her eyes. You always think someone is hiding around the corner. Grandma spoke softly. I have lived long. I have seen things. Lena waved a hand like she was pushing Grandma's words away. Whatever, I'm not scared of anyone. Grandma tried to keep the moment calm. Sit down, she said. Let's talk about what we should do next. Lena's eyes darted around the room. Her joy started turning restless. Next, Lena repeated. Next is I'm leaving this house. Grandma blinked. Leaving? Yes, Lena said, voice rising. Leaving this small life, leaving this little kitchen, leaving all this struggle. Grandma's smile faded slowly. We can improve things, Grandma said. Hey. But leaving like that? Lena cut her off. Don't start, you don't understand. Grandma stared at her. I understand more than you think. Lena's face tightened. No. You just want to control me? Grandma shook her head. No, my child, I want to protect you and protect us. Lena took a step closer, eyes sharp. Us? Grandma's voice stayed gentle. Yes, us. We did this together. Lena's mouth twisted. Together? She scoffed. Grandma, stop lying to yourself. I'm the one who chose the numbers. Grandma's chest felt a small sting. And I gave you the money to buy the ticket, she reminded her. Lena shrugged. So, you want an award for helping your own daughter? That's your job? Grandma's lips parted in surprise. My job? Lena's voice rose. Yes, your job. You live in my house, eat my food, use my thing. Grandma stepped back, like she had been pushed without hands. I cook, Grandma said quietly. I clean. I care for you. Lena laughed, but it was cold. That's what old people do to feel useful. Grandma felt heat rise behind her eyes. She forced it down. She forced her voice to stay steady. Lena, Grandma said, please, this is not you speaking. This is excitement. Sit down. But Lena didn't sit. She grabbed the ticket again, holding it higher, as if the paper gave her power. I'm done being poor, Lena said, and I'm done listening to you. Grandma's heart pounded. Money does not change who you are, Grandma said. It only shows who you are. Lena's eyes narrowed. Oh, I'm going to show you all right. Grandma's throat went dry. What do you mean? Lena walked toward Grandma's small shelf. The one with Grandma's few things, a framed photo, a small Bible, Grandma's flour tin. Lena pointed at it with disgust. Look at this, look at how you live. You're comfortable being small. Grandma stepped forward quickly. Don't touch that, Lena jerked her hand back, offended. Don't tell me what to do in my own house. Grandma's voice trembled, not with fear, with sadness. This is still a home, she said. A home needs respect. Lena's jaw clenched. She turned and walked to Grandma's room. Lena? Grandma called, following her. Where are you going? Lena yanked open the wardrobe and began pulling out Grandma's clothes. Not gently, not with care. Sweaters, scarves, a small towel. Everything hit the bed like thrown leaves. Grandma rushed forward. Stop! Why are you doing this? Lena looked at Grandma, eyes bright and hard. Because I can, she said. Because I'm not trapped anymore. Grandma's hands shook. Lena, you're hurting me. Lena's lips curled. You're not hurt, you're just scared you'll lose your place. Grandma swallowed. My place? I am your mother. Lena snorted. You're a burden. Those words landed heavy. Heavier than the bag Grandma held on the street later. Heavier than any bill. Grandma whispered, I carried you. I raised you. Lena stepped close, voice loud enough to fill the hallway. And now you'll watch me rise without you. Grandma tried one last time. Lena, calm down, we can share this blessing, we can… Lena shoved Grandma's bag into her hands. Share? Lena snapped. Listen to me clearly. Then Lena shouted the sentence like it was a victory song. You won't see a cent of my money. Grandma flinched, as if the words had a slap inside them. Lena pointed at the front door. Go. Grandma stared at her daughter's face, searching for a crack, a soft spot, a sign of regret. But Lena's face was locked. The house suddenly felt like it had no warmth at all. Grandma's hands tightened around the bag. Her voice was very small. If I walk out, Grandma said, you cannot take back what you said. Lena opened the door wide. The outside air rushed in. Go! Lena screamed again. And Grandma stepped outside, not because she wanted to leave, but because she realized in that moment her daughter was not hearing love anymore. She was hearing only money. Grandma sat on the cold step outside the closed shop, holding the water bottle Tommy gave her. The bottle felt cold too, but it helped her swallow. Her throat had been tight, like a knot. Tommy stayed beside her, quiet now. She didn't ask too many questions. She just watched Grandma's hands, the way Grandma kept touching her purse like it was something precious. A car passed again. The light swept over them and vanished, and Tommy pulled her sweater tighter. "Do you have somewhere to sleep tonight?" she asked. Grandma looked at the dark road. "Not in my house," she said. Tommy's face tightened with anger. "That's wrong. That's so wrong." Grandma gave a small, tired nod. "It is." For a moment, they sat in silence. Grandma could hear her own breathing, slow now, controlled. She had learned over many years that panic makes mistakes, and tonight she could not afford mistakes. Tommy glanced toward the street corner. "My aunt lives close," she said. "She's kind. She will help." Grandma shook her head gently. "Thank you, child, but I don't want to bring trouble to your home." Tommy looked like she wanted to argue, but then she heard footsteps coming fast. A woman's voice cut through the night. "Ha! So I was right!" The footsteps stopped in front of them. Grandma looked up and saw Auntie Beezy, her old neighbour from 2 streets away. Auntie Beezy was wearing a wrapper and a headscarf with slippers that slapped the ground as she walked. Her eyes were wide and her hands were on her hips like she was ready for war. Auntie Beezy pointed at Grandma. "I saw that girl slam the door. I saw it with my own eyes." Grandma's heart squeezed. "Beezy?" she said softly. Auntie Beezy turned her head toward Tommy. "And you, good girl, thank you for sitting with her. Some people have eyes but no heart." Tommy nodded, relieved someone older was here. Auntie Beezy crouched a little and looked at Grandma's face closely. "My sister," she said, voice softer now. "Are you okay? Look at your cheeks. Cold has caught you." Grandma tried to smile. "I'm alive," she said. Auntie Beezy hissed, angry. "Alive? That's your own child. How can she throw you out like a stranger?" Grandma lowered her eyes. "Money," she whispered. Auntie Beezy made a sound like she wanted to spit. "Money that she hasn't even touched yet." Grandma didn't answer, but her fingers again pressed against her purse. Auntie Beezy noticed at once. "What are you holding there?" she asked. Tommy leaned forward too. "You said your name is on it too," Tommy reminded Grandma gently. Auntie Beezy's eyes widened. "On what?" Grandma took a slow breath. She knew secrets can be dangerous, but the right truth at the right time could also be a shield. "The ticket," Grandma said. "The lottery ticket." Auntie Beezy blinked twice. "Lottery," Grandma nodded. "Lena checked the numbers today. The ticket won." Auntie Beezy's mouth fell open. Then she slapped her own chest. "Ah, so that's why she turned into a lion." Grandma's voice stayed calm. "She thinks the money is only hers." Auntie Beezy leaned closer. "But you said your name is on the ticket." Grandma nodded again, once. "Yes." Auntie Beezy straightened up slowly. Her anger changed shape. It became something sharp and focused. "Then why are you sitting here like a leaf in the wind?" Auntie Beezy demanded. "We are going back there now." Grandma lifted her hand. "No," she said. Auntie Beezy froze. "No?" Grandma looked at her. "If we rush in with shouting, Lena will hide the ticket, tear it, or lie about it," Grandma said. "And if anything happens to that paper, the truth becomes harder." Tommy whispered, "So what do we do?" Grandma held the water bottle with both hands. "We do it clean," she said. "We do it with witnesses." Auntie Beezy frowned. "Witnesses?" Grandma nodded. The boy at the kiosk saw us sign it. Tommy's eyes lit up. The seller. Yes, Grandma said. Well, Noah. Auntie Beesie clapped her hands once. Then we go to Noah. Grandma stood up slowly. Her knees complained, but she forced herself upright. Tommy held her elbow to steady her. Auntie Beesie took Grandma's small bag and carried it like it was nothing. Let's go, she said. They walked together through the quiet streets. Grandma felt tired, but having people beside her made her spine feel stronger. The kiosk was still open, bright lights glowing behind the small glass window. Noah was inside, organizing papers and counting something. When he looked up and saw Grandma, his face changed. His eyes showed surprise, then concern. Mom, Noah said quickly. Are you all right? Grandma stepped closer to the counter. Not fully, she said honestly. But I need to speak with you. Noah looked at Auntie Beesie and Tommy, then back to Grandma. Yes, Mom, Grandma's voice stayed low. You remember the ticket we filled together, Lena and I. Do you remember us signing it? Noah nodded right away. Yes. Auntie Beesie leaned forward. Say it well, she warned him. Say it clear. Noah swallowed and spoke carefully. I remember Lena wrote her name first, then your mother. He stopped and corrected himself politely. Then you wrote your name too. You wrote it neatly. Full name. Grandma felt her chest loosen slightly, like a tight rope inside her had relaxed. Tommy asked, Is there proof? Noah nodded. This kiosk has a camera, he said. It points toward the counter. Auntie Beesie's eyes flashed. Good, Noah continued. Also, I printed a small receipt for the ticket purchase. If Lena kept it, it will show the date and time. Grandma nodded slowly. Thank you. Noah looked worried. Is there a problem with your daughter? Auntie Beesie answered fast. Problem? She threw this woman out like a dog. Noah's eyebrows rose, shocked. She did that? Grandma lifted a hand again, stopping the anger from growing too loud. Noah, she said gently, I need to know something. If my name is on the ticket too, does that matter? Noah hesitated, then spoke carefully. I'm not a lawyer, Mom, he said, but signed tickets matter. Names matter. If there is a dispute, the office will ask questions. Auntie Beesie pounded the counter lightly. You hear that? Questions. She can't just steal it. Grandma took a deep breath. Katyusha's hands stopped shaking a little. Tommy whispered, So what now? Grandma looked down at her purse. Then she looked back up, eyes steady. Now, Grandma said, we find a safe place for tonight. Tomorrow we do this the right way. And for the first time since the door slammed, Grandma felt something warm inside her. Not comfort, not joy, but strength. Because she wasn't alone anymore. And Lena wasn't the only one with a name on that ticket. Morning came with a pale sun and a tired sky. Grandma had barely slept. Auntie Beesie gave her a small mattress in the corner of her sitting room and a warm blanket that smelled like clean soap. Tommy had gone home late, but she kept checking in with messages through Auntie Beesie's phone. Even with the blanket, Grandma's mind stayed awake. Not because she wanted to fight, or because she needed to be careful. Money can make people rush, and rushing can ruin everything. Auntie Beesie woke up early, already talking. Today we go and collect what is yours, she said, tying her headscarf tight. That girl will not disgrace you. Grandma sat up slowly. "Bisi," she said gently, "we will not disgrace anyone. We will simply follow the truth." Auntie Bisi made a small sound. "Your calm is strong. Me, I would have shouted." Grandma gave a tiny smile, but it faded fast. Shouting is easy. Winning the right way is harder. They ate a simple breakfast, tea and bread. Grandma's stomach did not want food, but she forced a few bites. She needed strength. Then Auntie Bisi and Grandma walked to the small law office near the main road. It was not a fancy building. The paint was old and the signboard was simple. Inside, a woman sat behind a desk with neat files stacked like bricks. Her hair was pulled back and her eyes were sharp but kind. Her name was Ms. Hall. Auntie Bisi did most of the talking at first. "This woman's daughter threw her out like rubbish," she said, pointing at Grandma. "And now there is lottery money, but the mother's name is on the ticket too." Ms. Hall looked at Grandma. "Please," she said softly, "tell me yourself, slowly." Grandma took a breath and explained from the beginning. The kiosk, the pen, the signing, the way Lena's joy turned into cruelty. Ms. Hall listened without interrupting. When Grandma finished, Ms. Hall nodded. "You did one very important thing," Ms. Hall said. "You signed clearly. Full name." Grandma's voice was small. "Does that protect me?" Ms. Hall spoke in a calm, simple way. It gives you a strong position," she said. "But we must do things carefully. We must not destroy the ticket. We must not fight physically. We must gather proof." Auntie Bisi leaned forward. "Proof like what?" Ms. Hall counted on her fingers. "The kiosk worker's statement, the camera footage, if available, the purchase record or receipt, any message from your daughter admitting she won, anything that shows the timing." Grandma nodded slowly. "Noah said there is camera." "Good," Ms. Hall said. "We will request it properly." Auntie Bisi huffed. "And the ticket is in the daughter's house." Ms. Hall looked at Grandma. "Do you have a copy? A photo, anything?" Grandma's eyes lowered. "No," she admitted. "I did not take a picture." Auntie Bisi clicked her tongue. Ms. Hall raised a hand. "It is okay, it would have helped. But it is not the only way." Grandma looked up. "What do we do now?" Ms. Hall opened a notebook and wrote a few lines. "First, we approach this like adults," she said. "We send a notice that you are asserting your claim. Second, we gather witness support. Third, we do not let your daughter trick you into giving up rights." Auntie Bisi shook her head hard. "That girl is already tricking herself." Ms. Hall looked directly at Grandma. "Your daughter may come with fake tears," she warned. "Or she may come with anger. Either way, do not sign anything she brings. Do not accept small gifts to settle without advice." Grandma's lips pressed together. "I understand." When they left the office, the street felt louder. Bikes, horns, voices. Life was moving fast, but Grandma forced her steps to stay steady. Then Auntie Bisi's phone rang. As she answered and frowned. "Hello?" Auntie Bisi's face changed while she listened. Then she looked at Grandma, eyes wide with excitement and anger mixed together. "It's Tommy," Auntie Bisi said, covering the phone a little. "She said your daughter is at the kiosk." Grandma's heart jumped. They walked quickly but not running. Running would make them look desperate. Grandma didn't want to look desperate. She wanted to look sure. When they reached the kiosk, they saw Lena's car parked badly, half on the road, half on the side. Lena stood at the counter, leaning forward, her finger pointing like a spear. Noah stood behind the glass, calm, but his face looked tense. Grandma stayed a few steps back, behind Auntie Bessie. She listened. Lena's voice was loud. "I'm telling you, you didn't see anything. You don't remember. Here you sell tickets all day. You can't remember one old woman." Noah's voice stayed polite. "Mom, I remember. It was you and your mother." Lena snapped. "She is not my mother today." That sentence hit Grandma like a cold slap, even from a distance. Auntie Bessie took one step forward. She said loudly. "So, you can remove your mother like you remove slippers, shame." Lena turned quickly, shocked. Her eyes landed on Grandma. For a split second, her face flashed with something, fear. But then she covered it with anger. "What are you doing here?" Lena barked. Grandma stepped forward, calm, even though her heart was beating hard. "I came to confirm what Noah saw," Grandma said. Lena laughed sharply. Confirm what? You are just looking for a way to steal from me." Grandma's voice stayed soft. "I am not stealing, and I am standing on truth." Lena pointed at Noah. "You," she snapped. "If you don't stop talking, I will make sure you lose this job." Noah's eyes widened slightly, but he kept his voice steady. "Mom, I will not lie." Lena turned back to Grandma, eyes burning. "You want money, right? Say it. Just say it. Stop acting holy." Grandma took a breath. "I want respect," Grandma said. "I want a home where I'm not thrown out like trash." Lena's face twisted. "Respect?" she scoffed. "You want control. That's what you want." Auntie Bessie clapped her hands once. "Control? The woman you threw out wants control. You have madness in your head." Lena's cheeks went red. People nearby were starting to stare. Lena lowered her voice a little, but it still sounded sharp. "Listen," she said to Grandma, stepping closer. "I will give you something small. Just enough. But you will stop all this nonsense, okay?" Grandma looked at her daughter's face. Lena's eyes were not kind. They were calculating like she was doing math. Grandma shook her head slowly. "No." Lena blinked. "No?" Grandma kept her voice gentle. "You threw me out. Then you tried to erase me. I will not accept something small like I am a beggar." Lena's lips trembled with rage. "Fine," Lena hissed. "Then you will get nothing." Grandma met her eyes. "My name is on the ticket," Grandma said. "You cannot pretend it is not." Lena froze. For a moment, her anger slipped. Her eyes flicked away, like she was seeing the ticket in her mind and the second name on it. Then she recovered and shouted again, louder than before. "Your name doesn't matter," Lena screamed. "It's my winning." "My life," Noah spoke carefully from behind the glass. "Mom, the office will ask questions if there is a dispute." Lena spun on him. "Keep quiet." Then Lena did something that made Grandma's stomach turn. She smiled, not a happy smile, a sharp one. "You want questions," Lena said. Fine, let them ask questions." She stepped back and lifted her chin. But you will never touch that ticket, she told Grandma. Never. Then she turned fast and walked away, pushing past people on the sidewalk. She got into her car, slammed the door, and drove off so quickly that dust rose behind the tires. Auntie Bessie looked like she wanted to chase the car with bare hands, but Grandma stood still. Her body felt cold again, even in the morning sun, not because she had lost, because she understood something clearly now. Lena was not just being mean. Lena was scared, and scared people do foolish things. Grandma did not go after the car. Auntie Bessie wanted to. She took 2 angry steps forward, then stopped herself when Grandma touched her arm. Let her go, Grandma said. Auntie Bessie's eyes were wide. You're too calm, she muttered. That girl will use speed to do evil. Grandma nodded slowly. That is why we must not use speed too. Noah watched them from behind the kiosk window. He looked worried. Mom, he said softly to Grandma, please be careful. If she tries to claim the prize quickly, she might say she lost the ticket and try something else. Grandma's stomach tightened, but she kept her voice steady. Thank you, Noah. We will do things properly. Auntie Bessie leaned toward Noah. And you, a young man, keep your camera recording safe. Don't allow anybody to wipe it. Noah nodded quickly. I will save the footage. Grandma and Auntie Bessie walked away from the kiosk. The street noise felt louder now. It was like everyone's life continued, while Grandma's life was balancing on one thin piece of paper. Back at Auntie Bessie's place, Ms. Hall called. Her voice came through the phone calm and clear. I heard your daughter came to threaten the kiosk worker, she said. That helps your case, because it shows bad behavior, Auntie Bessie scoffed. Bad behavior? It is wickedness. Ms. Hall continued. Today we will send a formal letter. Also, do not meet your daughter alone. Keep a witness with you. Grandma listened carefully. Yes, she said. Ms. Hall lowered her voice slightly. And one more thing. Your daughter may try to make you look like the greedy one. She may tell people you want to steal her blessing. Grandma swallowed. That fear was real. People love gossip more than truth. I don't want to fight in the streets, Grandma said. I know, Ms. Hall replied, so we will speak with facts, not noise. After the call, Auntie Bessie made Grandma sit down. You will rest, she ordered. Your eyes look like you carried a mountain. Grandma tried, but her mind wouldn't rest. She kept seeing Lena's face at the kiosk, angry, then scared, then that sharp, fake smile. Scared people do foolish things. Grandma knew that from life. Late afternoon, Auntie Bessie's phone rang again. This time it was not Ms. Hall. Auntie Bessie frowned at the screen. It's your daughter. Grandma's heart thumped once hard, and Auntie Bessie answered with a loud, Hello? Lena's voice burst out like fire. Put her on! Auntie Bessie pulled the phone away from her ear. Your voice can break speaker, she snapped. Talk like a human. Put her on, Lena repeated. Grandma held out her hand. Give it to me, she said softly. Auntie Bessie hesitated, then passed the phone. Grandma put it to her ear. Lena. There was a pause on the other end, a breathing sound. Not calm breathing, nervous breathing. Then Lena spoke, but her voice sounded different, still sharp, but with a crack in it. "Where are you?" Lena asked. Grandma answered honestly. "Somewhere safe." Lena's voice rose. "So you ran to people to gossip about me?" Grandma closed her eyes for a moment. "I did not gossip. I asked for help because you threw me out at night," Lena snapped. Stop saying it like I'm a monster." "You acted like one," Auntie Bessie muttered loudly in the background. Lena heard it and hissed, "Tell that woman to mind her business." Grandma's voice stayed steady. "Lena, why are you calling?" Another pause. Then Lena said quietly, "Come home." Auntie Bessie's mouth fell open. "Eh?" Grandma held the phone tighter. "Home?" she repeated. Lena's voice got faster, like she was trying to push the words out before she lost courage. "Yes. Come. Let's talk. Like family." Grandma didn't jump at it. She knew a trap could sound like love. "Why now?" Grandma asked. Lena didn't answer right away. Then she said, Because people are asking questions." Grandma's eyes opened. "What questions?" Lena's voice turned angry again, but the anger sounded thin. "The lottery office! The kiosk boy! Here everybody is acting like I'm a thief." Grandma took a breath. "If you are not doing wrong, questions should not scare you." Lena made a small sound, almost like a cry, then quickly turned it into a cough. "Just come home," she said. "I don't want strangers inside this." Grandma's voice stayed calm. "I will not come alone." "What?" Lena snapped. "I will come with Auntie Bessie," Grandma said, "and we will speak peacefully." Lena's breathing got louder. "Fine," she said at last. "Come, but no drama." Auntie Bessie leaned close and whispered, "Drama is her second name." Grandma gave Auntie Bessie a small warning look, then ended the call. When they arrived at the house, the gate was open. That alone felt strange. Grandma's stomach tightened as she stepped inside. The house looked the same, but it didn't feel the same. The air felt stiff, like it was holding its breath. Lena opened the door before they knocked. Her face was pale. Her eyes were red like she had cried, but her chin was lifted like she still wanted to look strong. She glanced at Auntie Bessie with dislike, then looked at Grandma. "Come in," Lena said. Grandma stepped inside slowly. The living room was too tidy, like someone cleaned in a rush to hide chaos. On the table, Grandma saw the flour tin. Her tin, pushed to the side like it didn't matter. Grandma's chest hurt, but she didn't show it. Lena folded her arms. "So," she said, trying to sound in charge, "what do you want?" Grandma stared at her daughter. "I want what you took from me first," Grandma said softly. "My dignity." Lena rolled her eyes. "Dignity doesn't pay bills." Auntie Bessie snapped. "But dignity buys shame." "And you are full of shame," Lena shouted. "Stop talking." Grandma raised her hand gently. "Bessie," she said, "let me speak." Auntie Bessie crossed her arms and stayed quiet, but her eyes were still burning. Grandma turned back to Lena. "Lena, you said I wouldn't see a cent," Grandma said. "You threw me out. Why should I trust your words now?" Lena's lips trembled. She looked away, then back. For a second, her eyes were not proud. They were frightened. "I didn't mean it like that," Lena muttered. Grandma didn't move. "You meant it," she said. "You just didn't think it would come back to you." Lena's shoulders dropped a little. Then, suddenly, Her voice softened in a way that felt almost strange. "Mum," Lena said. It was the first time she said mum. Instead of grandma or you in days, Grandma's heart squeezed. Ere Lena took 2 slow steps forward, her hands shook. "I can fix this," she said. "I can. I can make things right." Auntie Bessie snorted quietly. "With money, Abby?" Lena ignored her and looked only at Grandma. "I was angry," Lena whispered. "I was excited. I wasn't thinking." Grandma's face stayed calm, but her eyes were wet. "Then think now," Grandma said. Lena's mouth opened, but no words came out. And then Lena did something Grandma did not expect from her proud daughter. Lena dropped to the floor, right there on the living room tiles, on her knees. She grabbed Grandma's skirt lightly, not rough, just desperate. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "Please," Lena cried. "Please forgive me. Please help me. I can't lose this. I can't." The room went quiet. Even Auntie Bessie stopped breathing for a moment. Grandma looked down at her daughter kneeling at her feet, and Grandma felt 2 things at the same time. Pain, because this was her child, and a calm, steady truth, because Lena was only begging now that she was afraid. Grandma gently pulled her skirt back, not to hurt Lena, but to stand firm. Then Grandma spoke, slow and clear. "We will not talk like thieves," Grandma said. "We will talk like family, with truth, with witnesses, and with respect." Lena nodded fast, crying harder. "Yes, anything. Just don't take it all." Grandma's eyes stayed on Lena's face, reading every tear, every fear, every word. "I'm not here to destroy you," Grandma said quietly, "but I won't let you destroy me again." Lena's crying slowed a little. She wiped her face with the back of her hand, still on her knees, still looking up. And Grandma, Jan, for the first time since the door slammed, allowed a small, sad smile to appear. Not a cruel smile, a knowing one, because Lena finally understood something simple. She could not erase a mother, and then beg that same mother to save her. Grandma did not touch Lena's head. She did not pull her into a hug right away. Not because Grandma had no love, because love without respect turns into pain. Lena stayed on her knees crying. Her hands were shaking as she held onto the edge of the sofa like it was keeping her from falling apart. Auntie Bessie stood near the doorway with her arms crossed. Her eyes were sharp, but her mouth was quiet for once. Grandma spoke slowly. "Stand up," she said. Lena sniffed and looked up. "Please, Mom." "Stand up," Grandma repeated, gentle but firm. Lena obeyed. She rose to her feet, wiping her face again and again, like she could wipe away what she had done. Grandma pointed to the chair. "Sit," she said. Lena sat, small now, not the loud lion from before, more like a scared child. Grandma stayed standing. "First," Grandma said, "you will apologize with your mouth, not only with tears." Lena nodded quickly. "I'm sorry," she said. "I'm sorry I threw you out. I'm sorry I shouted at you. I'm sorry I acted like you were nothing." Grandma listened. Her eyes were wet, but her face stayed calm. Auntie Bessie finally spoke. "Say the part about the money." Lena swallowed. I'm sorry I said you won't see a cent, Lena whispered. That was wicked. Grandma took a deep breath. Good, she said. Now listen well. Lena looked up. Grandma's voice was steady. We will not fight with hands. We will not tear paper. We will not do tricks. Tomorrow morning, we go to Ms. Hall. After that, we go to the lottery office. We speak with facts. Lena's face tightened. Do we have to involve a lawyer? People will hear. Grandma shook her head. People already heard, she said softly. You made sure of that when you screamed and pushed me out. Lena lowered her eyes again. Grandma continued. If you truly want peace, you will follow the right steps. Lena nodded, but fear still sat in her eyes. What will happen to the money? She asked in a small voice. Grandma looked at her for a long moment. Then Grandma said the truth, plain and clear like water. My name is on that ticket, Grandma said. That means you cannot pretend I don't exist. Lena's lips trembled. But it's my win too. Grandma nodded. Yes, she said, it is. And that is why I am not here to steal. I am here to make sure I am not treated like dirt again. Auntie BC leaned forward. And the ticket, where is it? Lena froze. Grandma watched that freeze. It told her everything. Grandma's voice stayed gentle, but it carried weight. Lena, she said, don't lie. Lies make small problems become big problems. Lena's eyes filled again. It's in my bag, she admitted. In my room. Auntie BC exhaled hard. Go and bring it, she ordered. Lena stood up quickly and rushed down the hallway. Grandma did not follow her. Grandma stayed right where she was, watching the doorway, listening to the sounds. Drawer opening, zipper pulling, fast breathing. Lena came back holding the ticket with 2 hands, like it was a fragile bird. She placed it on the table. Grandma didn't grab it. She simply looked. There it was, Lena's messy signature, and beneath it, clear as daylight, Grandma's full name. Lena stared at the second name like it was a ghost that refused to leave. Grandma's voice softened. This paper is not the biggest thing, she said. The biggest thing is what you showed me. Lena whispered, I didn't mean to. Grandma raised a hand. You meant it in that moment, she said. That's why it hurt. Lena nodded slowly, ashamed. Grandma looked at Auntie BC. BC, she said, please take a photo of the ticket. Clear photo. Auntie BC's eyes lit up. Ah, smart woman. She pulled out her phone, took pictures from different angles, then showed Grandma to confirm it was clear. Grandma nodded. Good. Now, put the ticket back in a safe envelope. Not your bag, Lena. Lena's head lifted in fear. But, Grandma's voice stayed kind. If you want trust, you must earn it. Tonight, Auntie BC will keep it. Tomorrow we go together. Lena swallowed hard, then nodded. Okay. That night, Grandma slept in her old room again, but she didn't feel at home yet. The walls were the same, but something had cracked. In the morning, they went to Miss Hall's office. Grandma, Lena, and Auntie BC. Miss Hall listened, then spoke in her calm way. You did well by bringing the tickets safely, she said. Now we go through the proper process. At the lottery office, the waiting area was bright and clean. Grandma felt small sitting there, but she held her head up. A worker called them into a room. Miss Hall spoke first, simple and polite. "There is a shared claim," she said. "Both names are on the ticket." The worker examined the ticket closely. He asked questions: when it was bought, where it was bought, who was present. Miss Hall provided dates and details. Noah's statement was requested and the kiosk camera proof was asked for. Everything was done calmly and properly. Lena sat stiffly the whole time. She looked like she wanted to disappear. When the worker finished, he nodded. "We will verify everything," he said. "Then we will proceed according to our rules." After they left the office, Lena finally spoke, voice shaky. "So, what happens now?" Grandma looked at her daughter. "Now you learn," she said. Lena blinked. "Learn what?" Grandma's voice was soft but strong. "That money is not a crown," Grandma said. "It doesn't make you a queen. It doesn't give you the right to crush people." Lena's eyes watered again. "I was scared," she whispered. "I thought everyone would take it from me." Grandma nodded. "Fear makes people greedy," she said, "but greed makes people lonely." They walked in silence for a while. Then Lena stopped and turned to Grandma. "Mum," Lena said, "will you ever forgive me?" Grandma didn't answer quickly. Forgiveness was not a switch. It was a road. "I will forgive you," Grandma said at last. "But trust will take time." Lena nodded, accepting it like medicine that tasted bitter but was needed. Weeks later, when the claim was finalized, the money did not turn into a war. It turned into a lesson. Ms. Hall helped them set it up so that Grandma could never be thrown out again. Grandma moved into a small, safe apartment near Auntie Bissy, close enough to feel love, far enough to breathe. A simple place with a bright window and a small kitchen where she could cook without fear. Grandma also made one rule that Lena could not argue with. "If you ever raise your voice to me like that again," Grandma said, "I will walk away, even if you have a mountain of money." Lena did not laugh this time. She nodded and said, "Yes, Mom." Lena still bought nice things, but she changed in small ways. She stopped shouting in public. She stopped treating people like tools. Sometimes she failed, but she tried. And Grandma? Grandma finally smiled for real, because her strength wasn't in the money. Her strength was in the fact that she did not beg for love. She demanded respect. So let me ask you, if you were Grandma, would you have forgiven Lena, or would you have walked away forever? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you want more stories like this, like the video, subscribe and share so you don't miss the next one.